Like, guys, I was excited for yesterday. Oh my god, we got, the roadmap roundup. Maybe we'll hear more about 4.0. Very nice. Maybe they'll actually talk about the state of 323.2. Alien Week started, which for me, Alien Week starting means that it's closer to ending, which is good. So let's start out with the roadmap roundup, because I'm just going to call this General Wednesday Star Citizen news because it's literally nothing. Hi, everyone. Every 2 weeks, we accompany the roadmap update with a brief explanatory note. Here's the explanatory note. No updates for release view this week. All features are currently listed are on track, and no additional final reviews have taken place. No progress tracker updates this week as work continues on long-term planning. It has been 6 months of planning for this thing. Minimum. Also, I saw a little note in chat, just a reminder, that Overdrive started 3 months ago. 3 months ago. Apparently, March 15th, Overdrive started, and we're still waiting. I don't know if I believe that, but 3 months ago, apparently. And then we had a Squadron 42 month report, which chat seems to be pretty... We're having a bit of a debate over. They're saying that they're pulling PU AI over to Squadron, but I'm kind of arguing with them a little bit that Squadron AI came over to the PU, like in this patch. So, is it in features or tech? Tech? Tech design, so it's further down. Animation is something that I think is worth mentioning. Because they're trying to work on the zero-G movement feel as well, because zero-G is nice, the actual movement, but the animations and the way the character moves, if you ever have to move like this and you're using a weapon, whatever happens, it like your sensitivity goes up to like 1 billion. So you move super, super slow. Or it gets lowered. Sorry. It gets lowered to like 1. So like if you're pointing here and you want to point 90 degrees, I have to go like this. I have to swipe my mouse 1, 2, 3, 4, probably 5 times. Whereas in normal FPS, I just have to do this. So I don't know. So that's one that I wanted to point out. But you guys want me to look at tech design for flight. Tech design integrated new AI flight behavior from the PU to Squadron 42 and began improving various combat encounters. Yeah, that's so weird. I think they got this backwards. You guys can look into this any way you want and make a big deal about it. I just think they said it backwards, to be honest. Or maybe what happened is the initial AI was brought into the PU and it was tweaked. They definitely did a lot of tweaks in the PU more recently. So they're probably just bringing those minor tweaks to try to get them to backstrafe less and things like that into Squadron. I don't think it's as big of a deal as some of you guys are making it out to be, but yeah, it is definitely worth noting that it was said from the PU to Squadron, right? So there's that. And then the only other thing that happened yesterday was Alien Week. So explore out of this world things. I got to ask you guys something because I think I'm going crazy. I think I'm going crazy. One of the things is if you complete Vandal Swarm mode, it unlocks the ability to pledge or upgrade to a dreaded Vandal Glaive. That's always been a thing, right? Am I crazy? That's always been a thing. I'm like 99% sure that's been a thing since Vandal Swarm. Yes? Okay. When they said dreaded, I thought maybe it was like a new paint for it or something like that, but no. Backers with access to the percentage in the universe can try out 4GN conversions throughout Alien Week. So is this another... This is kind of a free fly, but not really. It's for backers only. Backers are designated as an RSI account that has pledged for at least 1 USD to the project. So we now know what the backer number means. That's the first time I've ever seen that, I feel like. The dollar fly, yeah. The Gaktak Sulin, the Santokiai, the Kartual, the Nox, which, if they ever put the patch out, will be the fastest ship again. And then they go through all of the ships. $350 for this thing. The alien tax. Like, this is kind of... This feels icky. So in my Ironclad react, like where I reacted to the question and answer, a lot of people brought up the Merchantman as like the best cargo ship for some reason. What about this tells us that it's a good cargo ship? Like, do I have to bring up the video of just a giant room full of 1SCU boxes where we don't see the doors to get in and out or anything like that? I don't know where people are coming at this from. The reason that I like the Ironclad is because it's ease of access to the cargo grid. Simple as that. Nothing else. There's the Nox. Everyone knows I love Gravlev. The Prowler. One day it was the best dogfighter at one point. Santokiai is what dominated in the fight or flight tournament. At least for me, it destroyed me. The ship I wanted to fly in the flight or fight tournament, but wasn't able to. And, yeah. More Banu Merchantmen. And then I think if we scroll down, and I'll zoom out a bit, we'll see the paints. There's a few new paints. There's Harmony paints for your alien ships. And Ocellus paints. And that's really it. Wanderer as well, which Wanderer is probably the coolest looking, but I don't think they're available on everything. And then they have packages, and you could get these kind of silly armor sets that you will eventually never lose because CIG. But yeah, guys, that was the week. This is it. We have no ISC this week. I think SCL is episode 2 of the same thing we had last week. We had a note somewhere, I should probably search for it, where 323.2 is still being figured out. 1A, they keep calling every patch a release candidate, but don't release it. And we're sitting here wondering, you know, with our thumb up our ass, what we're going to be doing. There's a Reddit post on it. Here we go. And it drives me up a wall that this is where we have to find out about 323.2. As soon as I have a build clear for 323.2, I'll let you all know. As of today, though, it's still in the works. 323.1a was not a factor for its release, and that team is still working on getting it all up and working. And then there were 3 blockers. Apparently, 3 blockers turned into a bunch. I just hate that you have to find this in a testing chat randomly. And these things aren't communicated openly on a regular basis. I think Roadmap Roundup was probably a good place for that, right? And then from chat, this is message of the day. We're currently not planning on any further 323.1 PTU publishes, with that being our live candidate for possible release Thursday, Friday. 323 is still 323.2 is still being worked on, and an update with more info as soon as we're ready to test it with Evocati. Oh boy. Yep. So that's where we are. At least it's not a hidden Discord. I don't know what you're talking about with that. But that is Oh boy. That is the month. That is the month we're having. Which is ridiculous. You know, oh, the Shadow Moses Yogi thing. So stupid. But yeah. I don't know what to say or do anymore. Because this patch was supposed to come out as in the cargo patch 3 weeks ago to Evo and very quickly go through Evo. Remember that? 323.1a obviously found a lot of issues that they needed to fix. It kind of is what it is. I'm not upset at them, but it is not a fun situation to be in because I didn't want to play 323 at all. I wanted to play 323.2, and I'm just sitting here waiting for it, and I'm getting bored, man. But it is what it is. So I'll remain patient, but it is a bummer that, yeah, I don't really have anything to talk with you guys about. And it just, I'm sad. I just want to run cargo, guys. And then at the same time, Eve runs a patch where they put out new cargo ships that are badass that look like the Ironclad, and I just, yeah, I'm probably just going to play Eve.